Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the moment we've been waiting for. Today is August 31st, 2017, and the Ultimate Collector Series Millennium Falcon 2017 edition has been revealed by LEGO. This has been probably over a year in the making. Rumors started flying around last year. I remember when I was hyped for the Disney Castle to come out. Rumors were flying around for this thing and the return of the Ultimate Collector Series that we know and love. Without further ado, I would like to get right into the pictures because there's quite a few. This set is set number 75192, the Millennium Falcon. It is going to be clocking in at a whopping 7,541 pieces, making it the biggest LEGO set ever made, with a price of $799 making it also the most expensive LEGO set ever made. Let's go through the pictures and I'll show you what I like, and then at the end of the video I will tell you exactly what I don't like, because there is quite a few things that I don't like about this set. For starters, this thing is massive. This thing is massive and it's detailed. It's about the same size as the Millennium Falcon from 2007, but so much more detailed and so much more color and everything. Just pure detail is packed into this thing. I'm going to throw probably my favorite picture up right now. This is a picture of just the side of the Millennium Falcon, and you can see that front fin coming up and just how much detail is in this thing. Just take a moment and look at all those little pieces used in maybe unconventional ways that you might not have thought that they would be used in a build. This picture is really going to showcase the loading platform that'll come down. I don't think there's any sort of springs or any mechanism in there other than just maybe just a crank that lowers it and pushes it back up. It's also worth noting down here that the landing gear is incredibly detailed and looks really awesome. Another thing I do want to mention that kind of raises my eyebrow is that if you look over to the left of this image, there is some studs facing down. That really shows how much detail they put into making all of the angles work right on this set. And the only way they could have done that here was with the studs facing down and with some hinges. Just looking at the top of this thing, there's so much detail and so much color. It doesn't look boring on the top, which I think the original one looked a little boring in my opinion. A lot of gray, and it didn't look fun to build. This, with the color and everything, I think it looks a little more fun to build, but we'll get into why I don't think it's something that I really would like to build later. The radar dish is swappable, so you can get that big, giant, nice printed radar dish, the circular one, if you want your classic Star Wars look, or the rectangular one for the Episode 7, 8, 9 look. These prints on the front up here, these little 2x4 prints, those are going to be brand new prints. Going to look real awesome. If you want to see the designer video, I highly recommend going and checking it out. Both the designers are incredibly passionate about what they have made here. The tunnel leading to the cockpit being smooth, I think really sets itself out from the rest of the Falcon being smooth rather than studs on top. And then just all the little details are so incredible. I'm going to throw a picture of the box up on screen right now, and this thing is frigging massive. It's just a big old cube. The box design looks really good, and I really think they took that premium box and design and idea from the Porsche set that we saw from the LEGO Technic line last year. Everyone loved the packaging on that set, and I really hope we get something similar to this and a build experience on par with that. Also, here's a picture of the designer himself with the Falcon, and this thing's just a total handful. It's huge, and it's got so much detail on the underside. I hope the build is sturdy, and it doesn't fall apart easily, but this thing's just huge. Something people were really hoping for in this Falcon that they kind of got was an interior, and we don't have a full interior, but we have small little sections that do represent the interior. There is this really cool sticker element to create the illusion of the hallways continuing going, and I think it looks really cool, and LEGO doesn't do stuff like that very often, and I think it's really kind of revolutionary for this set, and I really like it. But the interior sections of the Falcon look pretty damn good, and all the little details are just incredible, but it would have been nice to get a fully fleshed out interior for the full Falcon. This thing's so big, I can't imagine having a full interior to the level of detail that they did and still the thing supporting itself under all the weight of all the bricks and everything. So I think the decision to not do a full interior was probably from a sturdiness standpoint, maybe an engineering standpoint, but I think it was probably the best call to get the best of both worlds here on the Falcon. Now let's take a look at the minifigs. Going to be getting a brand new Empire Strikes Back Leia and an Empire Strikes Back Han Solo. I don't think that's anything new with C-3PO there. Your typical Chewie, your typical BB-8, your typical old Han Solo, your typical Finn, your typical Rey. Then you get these two new guys known as Borg. The Han Solo and Princess Leia minifigures do have dual-sided faces to where you can turn them around. They have gas masks on when they were fighting off the monsters inside the belly of the space slug. But other than those two minifigures, nothing here is special to me. Absolutely nothing. The Porgs are kind of cool, but we don't even know what those guys do yet, so I can't really be excited for them other than they look kind of cool. I think the minifig selection on this is honestly offensive. You're paying $800 for a Lego set, and they can't put more than, what, 6 actual minifigs in there? Like, I think that's a joke. Honestly, $800, and you're getting 6 minifigs, only two of which are new, that you can only get in this set. If I'm going to say it right now, I'm not getting this set. I don't have $800 to spend on Lego, and I don't think it's worth $800. It's cool. It's awesome. It's an incredible set, but I draw the line at some point. $800 for a Lego set is too much. Back to my little rant here. If I'm paying $800 for a Lego set, I expect to get every person who's ever stepped foot in the Millennium Falcon. I'm talking old Obi-Wan. I'm talking R2-D2. I'm talking Luke. I'm talking Lando. I'm talking that little alien thing that sits next to him in the Return of the Jedi. Like, I want that kind of stuff. I want everything that's ever interacted with the Falcon. I want this to be the ultimate Millennium Falcon set ever. I want stormtroopers. I want Darth Vader. I want an incredible selection of minifigures. We got it with the Death Star, which was cheaper. I don't know, with the biggest Lego set, most expensive Lego set of all time, that they can't throw in maybe 5 more minifigs. They don't even have to be exclusive. Just throw them in there because they were part of the Falcon. They were part of the movies. I think it's important, and it's really a shame that they're not in this set. And the minifigs themselves are by far the biggest letdown for me in this set. Another thing worth mentioning is that the Falcon is 7,500 pieces, okay? And it's going for $800. That just baffles my mind. Yes, it's the biggest Lego set ever made. Yes, it's the most expensive Lego set ever made. It doesn't even have a 10-cent piece-to-price ratio. The piece-to-price ratio is not even there. Take a look at the Ninjago City for me. That set is $300, and you're getting almost 5,000 pieces in that. You might be saying, oh, but Bricklite Studios, that's not a license set. Oh, blah, 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 licensing fees. Jang Bricks has an incredible video about the cost of licensing sets versus non-licensed sets and the piece-to-price ratio, and he kind of proves that there's not much correlation in the long run. So the fact that this is the biggest Lego set ever made, and you look at the Falcon, and none of these pieces are rare. None of them are crazy new or expensive, except for there's a few exclusive elements. I acknowledge that, and there's a few elements that are new for this set. Yes, I understand that. But not even having a 10 cent piece to price ratio, I think is it's offensive, in all honesty. And I might get a little hate for this video saying, because a lot of people are on this hype train right now that this is the best Lego set ever made. I really don't think so. It's cool. It's really, really cool. But there's better stuff out there. I would rather buy 2 Ninjago cities, make one double the height instead of getting this thing. If they would have thrown in a ton of minifigures, a ton of exclusives, that might be a little bit bigger of a selling point for me. Now, once I start seeing some reviews, my opinion might change a little bit, but I really don't think this is the best Lego set ever made. Biggest, yes. Coolest, that's debatable, but definitely not the ultimate Lego set, not best Lego set of all time. Also going with that, I I'm not getting the set. I think that's off the table now. I think this would just be really boring to build. It's cool. It's gonna look cool when it's done, but I got kind of bored building the Disney castle with some of that repetitive stuff. All the like greebling kind of nonsense on there looks good. Don't get me wrong, but it's not something I'm interested in. Not something that I would want to spend my time building. Yes, the set looks amazing, but I just don't think it'd be very fun to build, and it'd take a very long time. That's pretty much going to wrap the video up. Sorry I went on a little bit of a rant. I wanted to get my opinion across because I kind of feel like it's an unpopular opinion right now. There's going to be a lot of YouTubers that's going to crank this out saying like, oh, this is the greatest set ever made, blah, 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 blah. I want to get some discussion going. These are my true opinions, and if you guys disagree, please let me know down in the comments. I like seeing some discussion. Let me know what you think. Do you think there needs to be more minifigures? Do you think this is the greatest Lego set ever made? Do you think the Ninjago City is better overall? I do. But just let me know down in the comments. This is probably the biggest reveal of the year. And if you want to stay up to date on any more reveals, any more leaks, any more news and reviews, hit the subscribe button down below. I cover things in a similar style to this. I also do some videos here and there that are more not news oriented. So if you haven't seen it, check out my top 5 Lego themes that needs to come back video. Put a lot of work into it and a lot of people like it. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one.